See this, the signs, all these no soliciting signs, all these people get tired of people asking them if their houses are for sale. The Vancouver market's crazy. Anyways, I'm just walking home slowly from physio. My ankle, I rolled it really bad. So I just wanted to talk a bit about streaming culture. I was watching the video by Eric July. He's a comic entrepreneur. He used to have a YouTube channel where he would just rant every day. And he did a video about confrontation marketing. He was talking about how in order to get views and clicks, you have to start these arguments with other content creators and streamers. He's talking about how unsustainable it is to generate clicks through causing arguments and fights with other YouTubers. And this is a guy that used to do it, but he now is a multimillionaire because he started this comic book company as an answer to Marvel and DC, where he said, I'm sick of what these companies are doing. So I created my own comic company. And he generated $12 million in sales. So now when you're making that much money, you can't be relying on starting fights with people, risking legal action. And I started looking up streamers on Twitch, and here they are, these streamers. They're streaming for 5, 6, 8 hours a day. And some of them, they play games and whatnot. And some of them just chat. But some of them, all they're talking about is fighting with other streamers. And a lot of these streamers are represented by management companies and agents. They're the ones who are probably encouraging this. And I used to watch this YouTuber named Ryan Kinnell, where he does like 3 or 4 videos, short ones a day, where he's ranting and raving about something in pop culture, criticizing something about movies or comics. And he's practically bouncing in his chair from anger because he's trying to generate clicks. And it got really annoying. And to keep that up multiple times a day, that's just not sustainable. So I just wanted to do this because I think when I'm watching these streamers, they're generating content are people going to be watching this 20, 30 years from now? So they're filling the airwaves. They're getting like millions and millions of views for something that's like 8 hours long. And people watching that, they're not watching movies. They're not watching too much TV. So they're not exactly a customer you can rely on. I just thought that was really interesting. So I was thinking, I could never see myself getting into that streaming world. It's just not very interesting or sustainable unless you're like some hot young Gen Z. I think evergreen content is a bit more sustainable. So yeah, it's a decision as a content creator, whether you want to create evergreen or the daily updates. And I think that daily updates is a young person's game. I would rather focus on evergreen. I'm trying to think of something that someone will watch 20 years from now in everything I do. And maybe short term, there won't be that much return, but I'm hoping in the long term. And as I'm an old man, so I think it's more of that. That's evergreen content's more my jam. Anyways, there's a blackberry bush here. I want to get a little piece of a stem to see if I can successfully germinate and create a seedling out of it. Check it out. Success. So I got 3 different pieces. I'm going to strip the bottoms and see how they do. And then we'll do an update to see if any of them set, because I want to get blackberries at some point in my yard. So yeah, blackberries are evergreen. This will be the content that I create. The guy was looking at me driving down the street like I'm crazy, but blackberries, baby. So content creation, evergreen versus angry daily updates. I don't think the streaming world is very sustainable. After watching a few examples, I don't think I could do that. Maybe you could, if you're good looking. Anyways, thanks for watching, and till next time. Check this out, this is funny. Somebody made a little shack out of development applications. That's really funny. That's really cool. That's funny. I like that.